I'm always on the lookout for interesting things to review from eBay, and with that in mind I bought this thing. It's called the Mira ball, and it does this. It's a moving message display that can show text, simple graphics, and even basic animation. Now this thing cost me about £25, and initially when you look at it it's quite entertaining, especially using the built-in graphics and displays. But the big problem comes when you're trying to replace these graphics with your own designs. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to come up with displays that are this impressive. The display is created by 24 multicoloured LEDs that spin around a central axis, and because there's 24, that means the maximum height of your image is 24 pixels, which isn't an awful lot. The instructions have some of the worst translations that I've ever seen. To quote you a paragraph: "The customer is well put, pulling out Mira ball kit power supply plug, pleasing the steady, making an effort, slicing to record not the blindness, makes an effort to pull out." Right, so I'll show you how you go about putting files on the Mira ball. First off, I'll add an animation, and to do that I have to click on cartoon, and then I have to add each individual frame of the animation, which have to be in BMP format. Unfortunately, it doesn't recognise animated GIFs, which is a major pain in the bottom. So once you've got all your BMPs added, you then have to create a file called a DIY file, which is the animation format recognised by the Mira ball. And once you've done that, you can save that. Now I'll start adding in some text. Now to add text, you type your text into this box here, and you can change the font or the colour, and then when you're happy, you save it again to convert it to a file that the Mira ball can recognise, which is a .scr file, which is like a long picture. And the final thing I'm going to add is a 24 high pixel image that I drew myself. Right, so now I've got the three things that I want to display on the Mira ball: an animation, some text and a picture. I've got to compile those into a script, and once I'm happy with the order in which the things are going to show, I then create a bin file from the script and upload the bin file to the Mira ball. The upload part of the process is very simple. You just attach a USB lead to the back of the Mira ball and switch it on. Once the computer's recognised that the Mira ball's attached, you can click the transmit button, which overwrites whatever was inside the Mira ball with your new script. You then have to turn the Mira ball off, remove the USB lead, and then switch it back on again to see your new display. Now the picture that I drew is missing all the green from the tree, and that's because I picked the wrong kind of green. The Mira ball only recognises 8 colours. And also it's very specific about the height of the image. If you try and put an image in there that is more or less than 24 pixels high, it'll just ignore it completely. Now any flickering that you can see on the image here wasn't there on the original. It's just something that the camera picks up because it's running at a different frame rate to the Mira ball. So the Mira ball is actually quite good at displaying text, but that's about the only thing that it is good at. Unfortunately, the restriction of having all your graphics 24 pixels high and with a certain colour palette means that it's very hard to try and get it to display any pictures at all. Oh, and it is quite noisy. Just have a listen to this. It's a similar noise level to a desktop fan. So now that I've got the Mira ball, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. I mean, I don't own a shop or anything. Let's look at the box for some inspiration. Well, this guy seems to be enjoying it for his birthday. These people are using it on the counter of a jeweller's. And these people have got a massive one cut and paste on the reception area of a hospital. And this woman's eating a tea on her own while staring into it like a nutcase. So anyway, there you go, that's the Mira ball. Not quite sure what use it is, but you might like it. I think mine's going to end up either in the wheelie bin or in the attic. Anyway, thanks for watching.